host of Talking to Trans People, an originator of International Johnny Week, which began yesterday and goes through Sunday. Begins each year on the third Monday of September and continues on through the rest of that week, Since I began International Johnny Week, it's become an international phenomenon. Everybody's celebrating it. Everywhere you go, you hear nothing but Johnny on the radios, the speakers. Why? It's all thanks to me and International Johnny Week. Well, it looks like I need to get some more weed from the freezer to grind, because I'm out of weed over here. Excuse me, kitty. It's 5 a.m. I'm awake. Still don't have any amphetamines, of course. What are you going to do today, then, Eric? That's an excellent question. Because Tuesday's not a good day. Let's just admit that right now. Tuesday's not a good day because nothing comes out on Crunchyroll that I want to watch on Tuesday. This season. It's like, why does Tuesday even exist? If they're not going to release anything good on Tuesday. The weather report says it's very humid. So it was kind of interesting encountering that hater on the stream last night. Again, because, of course, it's worth noting that all of his attempts to attack me were a year old. So I don't know if that means this troll hasn't seen much in a year. Maybe, but I think more likely it's that there's not really much of anything to attack me with, You have to go back a year, and even then you're only attacking symbolic stuff. It's the advantage of living transparently instead of like an idiot, But the world's full of idiots. That's just how it goes. For every smart person, there's 100 idiots. And that's never going to change. And for every 100 idiots, there's at least like 5 of them that irrationally hate me just because I'm smarter than they are, I guess. The thing is, they're also dumb. It's like they think they're going to come in and fool me or something, and they never do. They come in with a given attack, I negate it with a response, and I just shift ground to another attack because they're freaking morons. Shifting ground, man. Oh my god. If you have a point to make and I respond to it, behave as though I issued a response. Otherwise, you're just a worthless piece of shit, Well, so 5 a.m. on a Tuesday. Not the greatest time to be up and about. Not a lot of stuff to do. Not a lot of live stream participants chiming in. Although I do have a very wonderful kitty. Yes, the second day of Johnny Week, at Johnny Week. Which means we're one day closer to the Johnny Show on Friday. And the Courier and Ives room at the Madonna Inn. If it was just Courier, that would suck. Fortunately, we get Ives as well. Well, they're still putting cones by our house. There's no doubt about that. But they're getting closer. They're getting closer to where we live. I want to get that thing. There, I got it, I think. She had this little bump on her. Yeah, I got it. Little bump on her eye. I don't know what it was. Above her eye. So I pat it. I pat it and I pat it until I scratched it away. Oh, yes. What a special lady. Yes. Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. Oh, yes. Well, I haven't quite finished putting it together. But I'm very close. And I'll put it together in time for tonight to look at the sky. Oh, yes. Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. Yes, he does. Because you're his kitty pageant winner. Yes, you are. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. OHYES. There. That's enough pets. That's enough pets, I said. Oh, you want more pets? Okay. All right. More pets for Kitty. More and more pets for Kitty. Yes. Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. Oh, yes. What a special girl. Oh, yes. So special and good. Oh, yes. Daddy knows. It just goes to show you, people who hate you don't forget, you know. They're gonna, and they don't learn anything. So it doesn't matter how I respond to that guy. He's gonna come back eventually with the exact same attacks, even though I've answered them all. Because he's not like Kitty. He's not wonderful and good. Yes, you're wonderful and good. Oh yeah, Kitty has very healthy teeth. And they're not yellow at all because she's eaten dry food her whole life. Trouble has very yellow teeth because they saw a vet with you when you moved and they were boarded overnight, right? Yeah, they did. Yeah, it may take a while for them to come back. But the point is, it's like that person already knew what they were saying was bullshit. Like they had to, because that kind of data, that something they were talking about is a year old, right? That's one of the techniques of the stupid. They repeat lies even after they've been corrected. It doesn't matter what the facts are to them. It doesn't even matter about my beautiful kitty. I was watching when you had the Kimberly epiphany And I felt the shock of that realization also is the door slamming moment. I mean, I remember when I had that epiphany too. I don't remember talking about it on the stream, but I'm sure I did, you know. And you know, once the decision's made, for me, there's no going back, revisiting it, or whatever. So, she had to be awful for a very long time before I finally said, okay, you suck too much ass. I hustle you. First person I'd ever broken up with. When the cats went to the vet, of course, Winston's mom, that was the day I learned my cat had AIDS. I guess I left my coffee out in the garage. Let's go drink that and smoke a cigarette. You know, the thing is, it was weird about that is I liked Laverne. You know, I liked that house. I liked where we were living. I more or less liked my life, you know. I did a lot of stuff while I was in Laverne. Accomplished quite a bit of things. Creatively, not professionally. But, you know, you go out with a person, not a house and a place. So, anyway, good riddance. I like this house better. I like this place better. And fuck that bitch. She was awful to me. I don't have any proof of it, but I also believe she cheated on me. Yeah, I still do typing sessions. Somebody paid me for one yesterday. And, sure. You could recommend whoever you want. Anybody can. Yeah, I sent them an email yesterday saying, what day and time do you want? It's $100. Sure, you're an INTP. There you go. You seem like an INTP. Could be an ISFJ who's smart. Well, it's a bad typing session. I don't have a lot of reasons. I only have reasons in good typing sessions. But I will concede that money, you interest me. You're very insightful. So, email me if you want to publish. Maybe we can work something out. Just because sometimes certain people interest me so much that I'm willing to type them for free. Like I did with CJ. I was so curious about his type, I just said, fine, I'll type you for free. You've only been asking questions? Well, that's a good reason to say you're potentially a TI dom. Yeah. Winston's mom said, you want a bad free typing, you can go get CS Joseph Street typing. They'll tell you what type you are in 15 seconds. But my guess is ISB. My second guess is ISFJ. Third guess, maybe INTJ. What's that sound? What's making that sound? I'll show you. I'm tapping the lighter against this thing. Don't worry, I've got my modesty pants on. They cover up my schlong and my huevos, as they say in Mexico. Also my el scrotum, as they say in Spain. Or le scrotum, as they say in France. Yeah, it's pretty much almost time for woodland cutlets. Maybe around 6 a.m. Not light yet, so. I notice the woodland friends don't get up before dawn, really. Sometimes I do, like this morning. But I'm not even looking forward to anything this morning. You already been typed by me? You don't think questions can be insightful? Oh, well, then it's probably accurate if it was just a year ago. What did I type you as? I can't type people from the chat for shit. One year ago, I wasn't doing typings. I was doing it a little bit more than a year ago. But after my dad killed himself, I stopped doing them for about 6 or 7 months. Because, like, the first person I tried to type after my dad died was an ESTJ who was typically projecting his ESTJ frame of reference onto the world. And it was like stabbing me in the heart. I didn't really realize it towards the very end when I almost started to cry. I said, I can't do this right now. I can't type people right now for a good 6 or 7 months. I mean, I didn't know how long it was going to be when I said that. I just said, I just can't type people right now. I'm too into my own shit to do my job right, you know? I'm too consumed by my own shit. Oh, well, that suggests INFJ. That's possible as well. INFJs like to counter game. Rather than gaming the typing session, they give me information that hold on, what I just said might be misleading. They like to do that. Yeah, it was just time. You know, it was time and coming to terms with the realities of the trust and everything, which at first I thought I thought I had basically, well, I mean, look, like I said, I can't type people from just a couple of clues like this, all right? I need to actually sit down and talk to him for an hour. And the truth is, nobody can type people from just clues like this, even though everybody thinks they can. So yeah, it was time in coming to terms with the situation. At first, I thought I had been like disinherited, but I hadn't. But I had good reason to think that, intuiting stuff from what my dad said. But it turned out to be very different than what I had thought. And then as soon as I realized that, I was like, let's sell this fucking house. I don't know why I said that. As soon as I realized that I wasn't disinherited, I said, let's sell the house as soon as possible. I want to get the fuck out of here. Then we moved up here. Took a couple months to settle in. We moved so fast, it was crazy. My dad died on August 16th, and we were in this house by January 21st. That's crazy fast. to have both parents die, sell a house, all that kind of shit, buy a house, all that stuff in 6 months, that's crazy fast. So I was pretty occupied with all that shit. Is Jerry the ESTJ? That was like the last person I typed before I quit was that ESTJ. Before it went on hiatus. ESTJ, you could be an ESTJ. Eric, why don't you play? Seems like when my nephew, who is 6, demands I play the game with made up rules. I play. I play a lot. You know. Yesterday I was playing a funny game called Self Genital Shaming with Tiffany. I'm like, oh, why do I constantly feel ashamed of myself? And Tiffany's like, I was because you got a penis like a Dilmar Barra. I don't know. It was making me laugh yesterday. I'm like, Tiffany, I do not. You're gonna say first of all, he's got like a telephone pole in his house. I have seen Fishman. He's this big. I know. No, I mean his whole body is that big. Anyway, Tiffany and I had a little argument yesterday by myself. I was this. Tiffany, it's really not nice to do that. You know, people get very insecure about that. Well, it's not my fault, y'all, with a teeny tiny pass. I don't know why. That was making me laugh yesterday by myself, you know. Write a book on MBTI. What is it, Johnny? Johnny is the genius of all time. Write a book on MBTI. Well, maybe. Maybe I will write a book on Jungian cognitive functions. Jungian cognitive functions properly parsed. That's what it would be called. If you want to parse union cognitive functions, get some lubricant. You're going to need it. How else did I play yesterday? Well, I watched a lot of cartoons. I'm currently watching Helsing 2, which is he plays race me to a location he makes up on the way and says naughty things to grandpa or grandma. They're like, race me. Okay, this is the finish line right here. When I was a little kid, we used to play a lot of war, you know. Pew, pew, pew. We all had fake guns and stuff. And the problem was everybody cheated. When they got shot, they'd fall down, then they'd say, I have a little bit of life left, and they'd shoot you back. No, you don't have a little bit of life left. There was also this one bush in my front yard that was this tall bush that had space behind it. And we called it the men's room because you could go back there and pee. When I was a kid, I used to play by myself a lot in the backyard. I had a lot of friends on the street, but I was also an only child. So I ended up playing by myself a lot. And I always liked to play spaceships with plants. I'd get different plants and make spaceships out of them, like leaves and or like seed pods and stuff, and have space battles. But they did a lot of actually like mundane stuff. Yeah, there's one spot I can stand without walking down the hill at all where nobody can see me. Otherwise, if I wanted to be pee outside, I have to walk down the hill a little bit. There's only one place I can stand outside without walking down the hill where I can pee. I don't really like walking down the hill because I get a lot of little burrs in my clothes. Do I believe in God? Well, I'm Christian. The perhaps a better question would be, do you engage in faith behaviors? And the answer is yes. I do pray to God and Jesus and the Holy Ghost. Probably close to every night. I started praying when I quit drinking almost 10 years ago. I needed a magical thinking frame to successfully do it. In other words, I needed God's help. But I see faith as a behavior like jogging. It's not something you justify with belief. And that's why I'm the most correct person in the world about God. Because nobody else really says this. I was raised by atheists. True that. My dad was very anti-Christian. Not quite. I've not quite ever been to the pen. I have been handcuffed, put in the back of a car, a cop car, driven to the cop station, And I probably would have been put in the pen, except I paid them $1,400 to let me go. They arrested me in Oklahoma for marijuana and marijuana paraphernalia. I guess it's illegal in Oklahoma. So they also broke my car when they arrested me. My rack and pinion, like the front axle of the car, they bent it, and it broke when I was on the highway. I was driving like 70 miles an hour, and it broke, and my right front wheel just was not even attached to the steering wheel at all. I had to get that fixed. I had to pay to get the car out of the impound, of course. Right. The core belief of Christianity, which is worth affirming, is that forgiveness is the highest virtue and that sin comprises rights violations. That the individual is responsible for their own behavior and that sin is inevitable but will be forgiven. These core tenets are critical to Christianity and they're the most correct religious tenets in the world. That's why I'm a Christian. Because while justice is the highest value, forgiveness is the highest virtue. Only forgiveness can trump justice. You can never have too much justice. In contrast, virtues don't universalize like that. So you can have too much forgiveness. Most people don't think about religion properly like me, so they tend to be wrong about it. It's currently about 65, I would bet. Maybe even a little chillier than that. It's pretty cold right now outside. It's not especially warm inside either. We like to keep it pretty chilly when we sleep. You sleep a lot better when it's cold than you do when it's hot. I think that's probably true for everybody. So we talked to the caterer and we paid the flower lady for the decorations. And we were originally thinking we were going to serve for our Christmas party's dessert figgy pudding, right? Because it's like super famous. It's in that Christmas song. But guess what? Figgy pudding is not a dessert. It's made out of mutton fat. Cool, Winston's mom. Yeah, we went through a whole process of picking the invitation. So first we went through all of the Christmas invitations and we favorited ones we liked. Then we went through all the favorites and we took turns eliminating one of the favorites until we got down to that last one. Yeah, figgy pudding. British people don't seem to know what pudding is, okay? Pudding comes in cups. It's sold by Bill Cosby. Is Bill Cosby dead yet? You know what I was absolutely shocked to learn yesterday is that the Jerry Lewis telethon persisted all the way until 2014 That horrible, horrible thing should have died in 1976. Is that what it says about figgy pudding? A traditional English steamed cake-like dessert comprised of breadcrumbs, flour, suet. What's suet? Sugar, eggs, brandy, lemon zest. I don't know what suet is. Suet must be mutton fat. It's not necessarily mutton fat. It could be some kind of other animal fat, but I hated Jerry Lewis. Even as a kid, I realized Jerry Lewis is terrible. Even as a child, right away, I realized it. I could say to myself, man, this guy is not funny at all, and this show is terrible. And then I said to Rachel, like, oh, you probably never watched it, but there used to be this thing called the yeah, so we don't want our desserts to have mutton fat in it. Well, anyway, I said to Rachel, I'm sure you never got to see it because you were born in '85, but there used to be this thing called the Jerry Lewis telephone. She's like, no, 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 I saw it. I watched it with my grandma all the time. He was nice to retarded people. He loved retarded people so much. Um. Anyway, he was absolutely terrible, and well, but they don't. That doesn't justify them not knowing what pudding is. So she's like, "Yeah, I watch it with my grandma all the time." I'm like, "How could that possibly be?" And then I googled it, and that horrible piece of shit show persisted until 2014. How? I do not know. So, people make terrible decisions all the time. People go to Dave Matthews concerts. People watch the Jerry Lewis telethon. And did you know Mel Brooks was still alive? He had a cameo on Only Murders in the Building last week. Mel Brooks. I would have sworn he was dead by now. No, alive and well. Still doing cameos even. So you learn something every day, This is smart of the lighter company. They stopped putting the sticker on this, and it's just printed onto this other label thing. That was smart. I always peeled those stickers off. And then I'd forget to keep away from children. Why should I have to keep away from children just because I have a lighter? What do you mean keep the lighter away from children? Okay. Never expose this to heat above 50 degrees Celsius. It's 122 degrees Fahrenheit. It might explode. So interestingly, the explosion temperature of this lighter is the same as the melting point of suet. Again, learn something new every day. Also, in case you didn't know, Edmund Meese finally died. Oh no, Edmund Meese is still alive. Look, we all have our pyro phase as children. It's natural. It's normal. You're supposed to light fires as children. Okay, you know what I feel coming on? I'm live streaming. It's morning. I've had a cup of coffee. What do you think is coming right now? What do you think's next on the agenda? What happens after I start live streaming, have a cup of coffee, etc.? There's no need to thoroughly explain the underlying mechanisms. It's a behavior. Just as you don't need to explain the underlying mechanisms of choosing apple pie for dessert, so too do you not need to explain the mechanisms of faith-based behaviors, because they're behaviors, not arguments. Right? You only need to justify claims and arguments. You don't need to justify behaviors. The reason people misunderstand religion is they fail to understand it as a behavior, and they see it instead as an argument. If you guessed going poo, you were right. Look, the whole point of having a magical thinking frame is that it's magical thinking. It doesn't need justifications. And the problem with the world is we can only use reason and rationality to justify the negative half of the moral landscape, what we should not do. If we want clarity on the positive half of the moral landscape, then we need a magical thinking frame, because there are infinite possible positive things you might do, so none of those indications universalize. The only one that does is going poo. Going poo is God. That was a good poo too. It was quick coming out. It was ready. It was ready like SpongeBob. Boy, I was really impressed with the tarot last night when it called out that faker right away. Gave him the Tower card and the card of lies and deceit surrounding the Hierophant. And I interpreted it correctly right away. I'm like, you appear like a normal person, but you're surrounded by disaster and lies. So good job, tarot, for that. That was spookily accurate. I'm douche bro dickweed, yes I am. Douche bro dickweed, give me some ham. We're having turkey and ham for Christmas. Rachel wants ham. If Rachel wants ham, then ham Rachel shall have. You know. Anyway, after rejecting figgy pudding once we learned what it was, and we did not want to eat that, we went with instead Yule log dessert. What is a Yule log dessert? It's a cake shaped like a log. It's also called bûche de Noël. It has the word Noel in it. which in foreign talk means Christmas. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Meow 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 meow. Right now I'm just using my penis to go pee real quick. After I'm done with that, I'll pack myself away inside these new bun huggers that I got, which are really doing a great job of hugging my buns because I got mediums. Anyway, looks like I got a cod piece, so I have to pack everything on there. It's kind of like a sports bra for my boys. A sports bra for my boys. That's a good way to describe bun huggers. Well, I don't see faith as something you follow, especially. Like, when I pray, I mostly pray, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. It's also an exercise in personal humility to pray. You know, it's like, okay, I'm going to concede, and this functionally is a good means of dealing with certain kinds of things. I'm going to concede that this is beyond me. Anyway, when faith is understood as a proper application of magical thinking, when magical thinking is understood as a tool in your metaphysical toolbox that you can either activate and have access to or not, when people recognize that having faith and praying and stuff does not cause you to lose your rationality and reason, because it's a behavior, not an affirmation of a position, right? Then people have the correct relationship to God. The man with the great machete retracted 3 messages before finally saying, that's exactly why I agree with you, money. First he said, I totally disagree. Then he said, I partially disagree. Then he said, I partially agree. Finally, after retracting those 3, he settled on, I exactly agree with you. Or that's exactly why I agree with you. The thing is, I don't think people need to spend a whole lot of time engaged in faith, but that's just my position. I don't really have a position on how other people relate to their magical thinking frames. It's kind of strange to critique magical thinking frames, but because they are magical thinking frames. The problem is when you tell people who are engaged in a lot of magical thinking that they're engaged in a lot of magical thinking, they want to call their magical thinking something else. I don't know why. Magical thinking's fine. It's got a place in your life too, you know? You don't need to pretend like your magical thinking is rationality. No good will come from that. It's like understanding how and why you're thinking the way you are is pretty critical to understanding whether or not your thinking is giving you any conclusions that you can claim to. But no, you get all these religious people who are like, no, it's not magical thinking. It's objectively factual affirmation that I'm making. Why? Well, because they're idiots. That's why. A lot of idiots in the world. So let's not forget that important fact. Kruger's clasper. I wouldn't call that religified. If we were to take any kind of normative lessons from typology, it would be that other people's differences are more likely typological than anything else. And to the extent that there are conflicts, it's probably both parties projecting their friends. But the most important lesson from typology to take away is understand contextually whether your reflexive manner of attention is appropriate. So, for what I'm doing right now, my manners of attention are extremely appropriate. In other words, I'm using TI and NE to answer this question correctly. But if there's some sort of couples therapy where one of the parties just needs to be heard and have their truth respected, I'm a bad person to do that job because I'm going to be like, no, you're wrong and you're right. And that's just all there is to it. MBTI is not explicitly prescriptive for the person being typed. It's prescriptive for businesses using type to do human resources stuff. And it's explicitly non-normative. Unlike the Big Five, which is implicitly normative and explicitly not. But when you tell people, here are some attributes, some of which are good, one of which is bad, one of which is neutral, and you score low on the good ones, and then you're just stuck with that for the rest of your life to deal with it. I don't think the message would be don't criticize or even necessarily accept one another. Be nice to each other is a good rule, completely regardless of typology, right? Be nice to each other is a fine enough universal rule that usually is correct, unless the person you're dealing with is a scoundrel, in which case you have to be tough with them. You can't be nice. You have to be tough with scoundrels. I think the best prescription would be understand your inherent limitations and accept that you're not going to change those. Really, it's kind of like forgive yourself for not being all things to all people as the world expects you to be. And understand that the world is fucked up for having that expectation. I'm going to put on a hat to celebrate International Johnny Week. Yeah, well, I mean, people tend to think examples of their eight slot function gone wrong in the world, that's like the worst kind of evil. So they're going to criticize a lot there. And it's going to be hard to convince them that they're wrong to criticize there. When they encounter shit that doesn't go right. Like, I was appalled by the COVID actions that the world took. Why? Because they took action without a proper amount of deliberation and talking. So, you know, ill-considered action is, to me, horribly evil. It results in things like global lockdown and a 10% reduction of global wealth due to inflation. He's just blowing up, Hero Lamb. He's just now blowing up. Rachel and I are going to go see him in a 900 person venue, 900 occupancy venue. I mean, typology subsumes all other frames. That's what makes it the meta frame. It's not nested in any other frame. It's the top level frame. And the reason it's top level frame is because no matter what you're talking about, you can always go back a level and say, let's talk about the attention of the people talking about this. That's what allows it to subsume all other frames. Because there is no object of analysis that isn't first an object of attention. That doesn't mean that typology is informative regarding every other frame. Like if you're doing a basic kind of physics calculations about how fast this object's going to fall and how long it's going to take to reach the Earth or something, typology is not at all informative about the question at hand, the object of analysis, but it's still informative about the people doing the analysis. And that's the core thing. There's a video I have called like the 5 pillars of defensible typology or something. And Shuffler, whose opinion I respect a great deal, has declared it, I think, my best video on typology. It's short, sweet, does everything you want it to do. Let me see if I can find it. Pillars. 8 pillars of defensible typology. Friends, host Eric Graham, host talking with 5 people. Let's watch it together. I've had it with all the bullshit, okay? Here are the 8 pillars of defensible typology. Everybody needs to start here or you're wrong. Joe. Yeah, I got this ridiculous email from Ghost of You saying, hey, I included you on a list of creators to watch in my book. You motherfucker, you got no business even writing a book. This is the 8 pillars of defensible typology. There's one kind of reality. No reality manifests but through the rendering of it by an individual. Certainly no reality we ever can communicate about. 2, there are 3 perspectives. No reality manifests but through all 3 perspectives, subject, agent, object. It may be the case in many instances that all 3 are the same party. If I report to you that my stomach aches, I'm being the subject, saying the thing. I'm being the observer, observing the stomach ache. And I'm being the object, experiencing the pain of the ache. But nevertheless, no reality manifests but through all 3 perspectives. And when we talk about objectivity and subjectivity and such, we need to qualify those statements by addressing from whose observational perspective and who's being the subject and who's being the object, because those things are relevant, right? 4 fields is the 3rd pillar of defensible typology. Attention, the stuff of being, always and only attends on 1 or more of 4 distinct fields: body, mind, words, impacts. 4 kinds of attention. You can know things, you can determine things, you can ideate things, or you can I fucked this up, stupid Eric. Tell me. Act and react. Those are the 4 kinds of attention. Anyway, my being a dummy doesn't change the fact that I'm right. Two kinds of resolution is the fifth pillar of defensible typology. Each kind of attention manifests a high res and a low res form. That's the best way to put it. Ones that are dealing with the communicative, virtual variety of things, or things that are language based, communicative things, and things that are dealing with the high res, or things that you actually experience, you know. 6. The two functions define identity. A type is the exclusive prioritization of two functions at the expense of alternatives. Slots are a handy way to discuss the predictable constraint of other functions implied by the prioritization of the 1 and 2 and the nature of the 1 and 2. 7. There are 0 free lunches. There is no benefit of an attentional configuration without its corresponding cost. So to be an NE-DOM means I am limited to the extent to which I can engage extroverted sensing. I'm limited in the extent to which I can engage introverted sensing. And the slots are handy maps towards identifying those predictable limitations, such that those predictable limitations can inform us about what type somebody is. These are the 8 pillars of defensible typology, and if your typologist doesn't begin with this, they're doing it wrong. There. That should explain things to you. About as well as things can be explained. That nutshells things quite well. The 8th pillar is other people are wrong. The 8th pillar is alternatives to this approach to typology are wrong. And it's an important pillar because it's saying I am making the claim of being exclusively correct, or these claims are exclusively correct. Alternatives to these claims are therefore wrong. You want us to watch you eat again? I already watched you eat this morning. Just making some coffee right now. So yeah, the thing is, you'll note other typologists, while every statement they're making implies that, oh, I'm right about this, and the fact that I'm making claims and trying to defend them in any way implies that I must be exclusively correct to the extent that other claims are contradictory to this, but they never explicitly make the claim. In fact, when circumstances or whatever call upon them to behave as though that claim were true, they behave the opposite. They behave as though every interpretation of typology is equally right because they don't want to fight with people. But they're just farting in the wind. And the reason farting in the wind is pointless is because the wind will blow away your fart. Oh, hello. Hello, cup of coffee. I dedicate this cup of coffee to Johnny here on International Johnny Week. I want to thank Winston's mom for putting some factoids about Johnny. That's very International Johnny Week appropriate. That's the right kind of decoration for International Johnny Week. Oh, yes. You are eating like a champion. You really are. I've seen other cats eat, and it's just pale in comparison to you eating. You eat so well. It's like, did you major in eating at college? I think he did. I think he must have majored in eating at college. Okay, let's go outside and smoke a cigarette. Sorry, Mr. Man, we're done watching you eat now. You're just going to have to eat by yourself. Trouble is such a big cat. If he really is a cat. Well, the cats don't necessarily mind my farts that much. Because, though, Trouble at least will be sleeping right next to my butt sometimes when I fart. He doesn't even move. He's like, that's fine. I can just smell this. I just got my nose pushed right into your butt. That's fine. I just smell all this fart, I guess. Yeah, you're right about that, man, with the great machete. You don't just have a great machete, you also have a correct position on COVID. So that's two things you have. Given that you're a man, you probably also have a penis. That's three things you have. I've got a penis, a scrotum, a pair of testicles, pajamas, a meow meow, new shoes, and a case. I look to my reflection, let's get out of this place. Past the church and the steeple, the laundry on the hill. Memories of it still keep calling and calling. Proof that stats can be misleading. It's true. The average person has one testicle. Yeah, that's like the big five, right? Oh, you score below average on this thing without recognizing that you're right. I know. And half of people are men, so the average person has one testicle. That's very big five kind of reasoning. You know, it's super big fivey. Except instead of ignoring the fact that there are two sexes in your statistic, it's ignoring the fact that there are 16 types in the statistics. That's an excellent example of specious reasoning, using a stat like that to prove that you're more likely to have one testicle than you are to have two. A lot more likely. I mean, if you're normal, you do have one testicle. The average person is dead. Yeah, he apologized to me for making me take it because he knows I'm a typologist. But I said, I'm not here to be annoying, Eric, and argue with you, okay? That is not my job here. I'm here as a patient, you know. And then he's a good psychiatrist, so he said, I don't think you're annoying. You have a voice. You have things to say. That's fine. That's good. I said, thank you. That's very affirming. Yeah, but it's like I recognize it for what it is. It's like a stout defense of subjectivism as an implicit frame. We must take time to weep for our fallen companeros while we sharpen our machetes. Che Guevara needs to take time to fuck himself. You know? What's going on out there? It sounds like maybe I guess maybe one of the cat that's just scratching the tree. It's still not light out. I'm going to close the garage door again. What's going on, computer? You got a big tail. A big puppy tail. Is there some kind of animal out here? Let's see what's going on. What are we looking at around here? Well, I don't see anything, computer. Over there? I don't see anything. Kapia looked very freaked out. The big puppy fur, all her fur is all puffed out. Brr, it's getting a little chilly out here. So this morning I may finish putting together the telescope. I only have a few steps left. Almost done. So tonight I can look through the telescope with my looking eyes and see things in outer space. You know, things like planets and stars and things like that. Why should it not exceed 10% of the population? I don't get the last one. How does that diminish the accuracy at all? Anybody want to explain that to me? Huh? I don't think so. Because it's impossible to explain that to me. That's not true. 109 billion people have lived and died. I'm not one of them. I'm one of the people who's lived or died. Yeah, I've lived. I haven't died yet, so I've lived or died. I'm one of the 7 or so billion people who've lived or died. There. Now I've buttoned my shirt up all the way, and I've got my collar up, so I look more proper. I've increased my properness score from 2 to 3. That's out of 100. Statistically, I'm in the bottom 2 to 3% of people. I wish I were. You know something I say a lot, still to this day, I was about to say there, is I wish I were dead. I say it a lot. Every time I have a painful memory or a shame memory or I make a mistake, I say it. No, I haven't watched a little wilderness car yet. Thanks a lot for reminding me, Mr. Benson's mom. It's one of many things on my to-do list. I've got more to do than Captain To Do of the Doing To Do Today Brigade. So, who knows what I'm going to get done. There's one good thing to watch that we have today. I'll wait for Rachel to watch that, of course. You know what I'm talking about, Rachel. It's something that I like because it uses a universal quantifier only. You can begin your syllogism statements, your missing generalizations with all, only, or none. No. None. No poets eat cheese. I eat cheese, therefore I'm not a poet. All poets eat cheese. I'm a poet, therefore I'm a cheese. I eat cheese. Only poets eat cheese. I eat cheese, therefore I'm a poet. Only murders in the building. Okay, Jeremiah Fix, it's not called a wilderness vehicle. It's called a little wilderness car. I have that thing you're talking about. I have that thing. I have a power washer slash pressure washer, whatever you want to call it, gasoline powered washing machine. This thing. It's a nice one too. It's a Honda. I got it on sale because it was like the floor model at the hardware store. I think it might be refurbished as well, but it works beautifully. It works like Santa on Christmas Eve. So all I gotta do is bust it out, you know. No, it's not a wilderhickle. Although I do like that word a lot, okay? Wilderhickle is a great word. You're seducing me with wilderhickle. I'm not going to deny it. The more I say it, the more seduced I am. But it's called a little wilderness car. I think I hear the lady across the street yelling at her children. I think that's what that is. I don't hear it very well. All right, I just park it up the hill above the driveway drain on the driveway. I get some soap. I'll soap it up a little bit. And then I just, well, first I probably squirt it with the thing. Because the first thing I want to do is get off like this stuff. That dust. Every time I drive this little wilderness car, it either gets dust on it or mud, depending on whether the road is dry or wet. I guess if it were just the right amount of dampness, I might get neither mud nor dust on it, but I've not encountered that yet. I would like to drive my little wilderness car into a place in the wilderness that has neither dust nor mud, so it would just stay clean the whole time. But I guess you can't have everything. You can't go driving out in the wilderness on dirt roads that are very rough and not get a little bit of dust on your car. Is trouble policing the entrance to Pio? I will let you in. Trouble, get out of the way. Get out of here. Come on in, Pio. Come on in. Don't let trouble keep you outside. You can come in. I will protect you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that trouble. He's such a dick to his sister. He's so toxic. He's such a toxic person. The way he treats Capio. He treats her like she's just there to attack and control, and it's horrible. That's why some people call him Bad Kitty Brown, even though he's gray. In that instance, Mom, this stuff is made it's made to be squirted down. It doesn't absorb any water. It's very meowing. And I'll dry it as well, you know. The whole thing is made to be squirted down. Like, look at the floor and everything. Just every part of it is made to be squirted. So I'll squirt the whole thing. I'll dry the seats though, because I don't want mildew either, but this isn't going to absorb any water. Not unless it would just be really sitting in water for a while. When I drop this flashlight, let's hope it still works. It does. Good. As you might have seen, I'm wearing my modesty pants, so you don't have to worry about seeing any of my legs today. I do these things for you, because I care. Because I care. I don't want to offend your sensitive eyes with my nudity. That's why I wear modesty pants. Although I must say, I look so good in bun huggers. Makes me just want to go out into the world wearing my bun huggers. With a shirt that says, buy bun huggers today. And I'll just be known as that guy who was hired by the Bun Hugger Advisory Committee to promote bun huggers. I was looking for this last night. I wasn't looking for it, I was wishing I had it in my hand. Yes, I got my bun huggers on underneath. I like to use this to get my loaf. I wanna get my loaf. Hit it with a hammer, then it's oaf. A thing you sit on with your butt. The sofa is what? It's not like my loaf. Oh, get in the loaf. That's good stuff. Oh, today or tonight is the first day of square dance classes? We'll see how we feel. I could conceivably see us going and doing that, you know. I think Rachel and I would both enjoy square dancing. Don't you think so, Rachel? 7 to 8:15? That's very doable. There are no good cartoons released today. Zero good cartoons come out today. Tuesday, in that regard, is the worst day of the week. I thought it was Friday, too. I think we should maybe do it. Let's tentatively plan on doing it. If you feel like it. You'll need to wear sensible shoes. What kind of shoes am I going to wear? Do I have any regular shoes or just boots and flip-flops? I think I might only have boots and flip-flops. Oh, and dress shoes from the wedding. I got those shoes. But I think I should dance in sneakers. I want to do-si-do and spin my partner round and round and meow, 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 meow. I want to do all that stuff you're supposed to do. And go like this and go like this and go like this and go like that. You know, that seems like it'd be fun. The thing I like about square dancing is they tell you exactly what to do. So you don't have to think of anything yourself. I guess I don't like any in my SE. I like to keep my SE pure, having others tell me what to do. That's why I'm always following this instruction manual when Rachel and I have sex. How to Have Sex for Dummies. It's a book I got to help me. The Idiot's Guide to Having Sex. All the penis goes there? That's the day I stopped trying to fuck Rachel's elbow. She patiently waited. I figured it out. She was very patient about it. She never said anything. I spent the first 9 months of our relationship trying to fuck her elbow, her knee, other places like that. But finally, I went to the CVS in Arcadia, and I bought The Idiot's Guide to Having Sex. And that's when I first learned that I was trying to put it in the wrong place. So I read that book many times. In fact, I still read it today every time we're having sex to make sure I'm doing things right. Yeah, it can be confusing. Every part of you looks like a vagina. Meow. What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean, Mr. Mister? Meow. Is that what you said? Where's my video about lemons? Song about lemons. I want to see that. That video is great. Terrible songs about lemons. What you gonna do on a Sunday evening? Write some terrible songs about lemons. That's a pretty good song. Stand by the lemon tree. So, you should know that. I'll write some terrible songs about lemons. What you gonna do on a Sunday evening? Write some terrible songs about lemons. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Shalon. Absolutely, you can. I gotta warn you though, yesterday I got a pretty bad reading for my penis. Like 3 of my 5 cards were bad. Rachel is currently enjoying the company of trouble, while I have Capillo here beside me, enjoying my wonderful pets. Because she's a wonderful, wonderful kitty, having wonderful times. Let's see what the tarot had to say for Schlong's penis. All right. A reading for Schlong's penis. Tiffany was genital shaming me yesterday. I was pretty mad about it. She said, well, she was like, you got a penis of a newborn baby. Tiffany. Huh. Tiffany's kind of awful, you know. She calls me a selfish old man. I don't even think she's ever seen my penis. Okay, let's find out how Schlong's penis is doing. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What a beautiful kitty. Yes. What a kitty pageant winner. You won all of the kitty pageants. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say for Mr. Schlong. Your underlying foundation? Oh, no. Devastated. Agony, ruin, slain, victim. Your penis has 10 swords in it. I got that too yesterday, I think. Top level frame though. Look at this. Chariot, achievement, passage, roll, rise. Wow. Two levels of frame are very stark conflict with each other. The directionality for your penis. It's trying to get paid, baby. Your penis is trying to get paid. By the Page of Pentacles. Your penis's self-concept. Two of Swords. Conflicted, decision, enigma, flux. That's your penis's self-concept. And your penis's outcome, it's marriage. Ten of Cups, rejoice, bliss, family, happy. Your penis you have a happy penis. Congratulations. So you did pretty well. You only got one bad card. That's a twofer. Never take a twofer. Rule number 1 in tarot. Oh, what's this for? I guess this is for me. I'll do me now. This one's the middle one? Okay. That's the right one? No, you're really speaking today, tarot. You want to just pop cards right out and say, this is it. Like that. Okay, now this is for Eric. Just general Eric, not Eric's penis. My underlying foundation, marriage. I got this card too, marriage. My underlying foundation, my top level foundation, Emperor. Wow. My directionality, Page of Pentacles. My self-concept, Chariot. Wow. And my outcome, poverty, hardship, outcast. Well, that's not very good. All right. How can we implement the cognitive function penis theory, though? You have a sad and droopy penis. You have an INF penis, huh? Well, here's what the tarot has to say about that. Queen of Cups, Mystic, Deep, Seer. All right, next we're going to do a reading for Rachel. Rachel Strauss. Oh, Tarot, what have you to say for Rachel Strauss today? We'll find out soon enough, right? Okay. This one. Okay, for Rachel, her underlying foundation is the Ace of Rods. Inception, spark, growth, potential, germination, seed, Ace of Rods. Her top level frame is also the Emperor, just like me. Her directionality is inventory, accumulate, count, pause, 7 of pentacles. Effort, reflect. Her self-concept is the 6 of rods. Victory, triumph, prestige, kudos. And the outcome is this one. The 4 of rods. Happiness, home, cohabitate, harmony. Good job, Rachel. You also got this on the bottom. The sun. Brilliance, rhapsody, shine, happiness. Try? What does this say? Oh, chi. 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 I've never seen that before. Oh, look. There's the moon. You got the sun and the moon. All right. Good job, Rachel. Now let's do money. Money, we're going to do a tarot card reading for you. It's going to be the most important experience of your life. You're going to be like, oh my God. Somehow magical tarot elves have gotten into my room and they know what I'm up to. This one, huh? No, that's a twofer. Never take a twofer. Twofers always lie. Never take a twofer. Money, 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 money. Let's see what's up with money today. What will the tarot say? The tarot will say something good, hooray, or something bad that'll make you say, hey. We'll find out just a second. Wait. All right, underlying foundation money is the Lover's card. Maybe this one is about your penis. We don't know. This is the underlying foundation. Top level foundation, the 4 of Cups. Consider, offering, ponder. Ideas. Bid or bide, maybe it should say. I think maybe they meant to say bide. So, you're a deliberative kind of person, a sit around and look at your cups kind of guy. But you're looking in your cups for love. Now, directionality. Here's where you're moving in life. You're going to inventory, accumulate, count, pause, reflect, effort. 7 of Pentacles. Your self-concept. You see yourself as the Queen of Rods. Vivacious, gracious, fiery, extrovert. It doesn't sound like you, really. All right, now the outcome. Oh, it's the 6 of Cups. Reunion, love, happy, children, sweet. Oh my God, Money, you're pregnant. Money, are you pregnant? I think Money's pregnant, everybody. Now we're going to do Winston's mom. Let's see what the tarot has to say today for Winston's mom. I'm going to do a pull for my penis as well. Yesterday's pull was really terrible. So hopefully my penis will have a better day today. This one goes on the bottom for Winston's mom. Oops. Ooh, a reversal. You got a reversal there, Winston's mom. There's only a couple reversals in the deck. I keep trying to straighten them all out, you know. So since there's only a couple of them left, I tend to read the reversals now. Winston's mom. There. This one.
Meow.
Winston's mom. What does the tarot have to say about you?
Meow. Meow.
Kitty is meowing up a storm.
Yeah, he really is.
What are you meowing about, Mr.
I'm
Man?
not sure. I'm gonna give him more food.
Okay. Winston's mom, your underlying
Yeah.
frame. Oh, you got this one too. Your underlying frame is inventory, accumulate, count, pause, reflect, effort. Your top level frame is poverty, hardship, etc. I guess that's what you fear and are trying to avoid. Your directionality is upside down death, reversed death. So, the directionality is staying alive. Your self-concept is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Knight of Swords. Your self-concept is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Knight of Swords, restless, hustle, clever. And your outcome is Queen of Rods. Vivacious, extrovert, gracious, fiery, fun. Congratulations. Okay, so since my penis got such a rough pull. Oh yeah, sure, I'll do you first, Cat Down the Road. Oh yeah, I read tarot. I'm like some kind of tarot expert. This one? Put it back? Okay. Cat Down the Road. This one, huh? Fine. Cat down the road, 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 cat down the road. This one goes where? I guess here. This one on top. Now, this one must be the outcome. Okay, here we go. So, your underlying frame of reference is lies, deceit, betrayal, exploit, guile, unethical. Maybe what you're trying to avoid. Your top level frame is action, speed, results, progress. This could also be what you're afraid of, you know. This could be what you want, right? Now, your directionality, you're moving towards the Nine of Pentacles. Independent, comfortable, flourishing, thrive, ease. That's what you're moving towards. But your self-concept is the Four of Cups. You see yourself as a ponderer, considerer, ideator. Even though what you want is action. And then your outcome is the Page of Rods. Impetuous, enthusiastic, bright, eager, exuberant, hasty, naive. There you go, you naive, hasty Page of Pentacles, you. Actually, you're not. You're this guy. Look at these cups. I love looking at my cups. Okay, so there's a tarot read for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Do you see yourself as in a relationship with an ISTJ? No. I see myself only in a relationship with Rachel. And if I were single, I would not do well with an ISTJ. Now, here's a reading for my, okay, heroine. A reading for Hero Lamb. So wait till one announces itself. Okay, your bottom level frame. Victory, triumph, prestige, kudos, 6 of rods. This is probably what you want. Your top level frame might be what you fear or what gets in the way of your bottom level frame is the 5 of swords. Stalemate, defeat, obstinacy, fixed, stuck. Your directionality is the magician. You're moving towards ambition, driven, focused, determined, sharp magician. Your self-concept is the 10 of Pentacles, wealth, inheritance, property. And the outcome is the Queen of Cups. Mystic, deep, seer. Yeah, these are cool cards, huh? It's called the rock and roll deck. So good job for you. Now, since my penis got a bad reading yesterday, we're going to give it another chance today. Hope it does better. Okay. Bottom level frame for my penis. It's on a journey. It's on a journey to the unknown. Well, where will it end up? Top level frame for my penis. Harmony, cohabitate, home, happiness. Directionality for my penis. It's moving towards wealth, inheritance, and property. My penis is self-concept. Earth Mama, honorable, successful, sensual. And the outcome? Ooh. I got this guy. It's the Emperor. My penis is going to be wearing the coolest boots in school today. All right. I'm looking forward to that. No. His name's not John Johnson. His name's Dick Schlong Johnson. Yes, I will do a poll for your high school teacher, Mr. Johnson. He's going to have a much better day today, I guess. All right, Mr. Johnson. Let's see what's going on with Mr. Johnson. Sarah seems to be, it's easily giving up its information about Mr. Johnson. It must have a clear perspective on him. All right. Bottom level frame for Mr. Johnson. Established financier, patient, king of pentacles. Top level frame for Mr. Johnson. Struggle, defense. He's a high school teacher. He's going to have to do that. Flack, effort. Directionality. He's moving towards King of Cups. Moody, calm, sublime healer. His self-concept. He sees himself as a spirit child. Page of Cups. And the outcome. Four of Cups. We've seen this card a lot today. He's going to sit and stare at his cups for a while. Sounds like a real feeler, this Mr. Johnson. What do you think here in Land about the name Papa John for your kid? That's what Danny Masterson and Bijou Phillips named their child, Papa John. You think Bijou Phillips is glad he's gone? Imagine if Eric were named Eric Erickson. I'm going to do a poll now for Jeremiah Fix. Jeremiah Fix. What you got to say, Tarot Fix? Let's find out. Today, I say, we got two cards now. One on top and one in the way. One to the left and hey, hey, hey. That's a different kind of twofer. That's a legitimate double single, right? It's a double single. That's different than a twofer. Double singles are rare and powerful. You should not discard double singles. This one in the middle. Okay. Jeremiah Fix. Jeremiah Fix. Let's find out what it's six. One more card to go. There it is. Okay. Bottom level friend. Ooh, the lovers. You want romance, relationship, attraction. Top level friend. You're patient too. You're waiting patiently with fortitude and tolerance and strength and calm and kind and humble. All of those things. Now, your directionality. Oh, the moon. Your directionality, you're just directing yourself towards more escapism, hanging out and talking with famous people, unconscious, haze, ruse, emotions, dreams. Your self-concept, you see yourself as the Nine of Pentacles. That's independent, comfortable, flourishing, ease, thrive. And the outcome is the King of Pentacles. Established financier, patient, tycoon, King of Pentacles. All right, there you go, Jeremiah Fix. You don't have bad luck, son. The reason bad things happen to you is because you're a dumbass. Sounds like my dad. I tell you what universalizes to all people. Money, I'll tell you right now. Just give me 1 second. What universalizes to all people? Come on, Tara. Tell me the answer so I can tell Money the answer. What universalizes to all people right now? Tell me. Spit it out. You're being withholding. There. This universalizes to all people. Love? Love universalizes to all people? Oh my God. Oh, Tara, you're so wise. Look, there's a naked lady and a naked man on this card. You know why? Because the tarot is heteronormative. Shame on you, tarot. These two, they're gonna hump. They're just about to hump. And just a little bit. They both taking off all their clothes and stand in front of each other. And look up at the angel to see if they got their permission. So that's what universalizes. Okay? Money, love. It's the universal language. I mean, this tarot deck is like spooky in its prediction of things sometimes.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. It's like I'm not.
You're really good with it. Like, you're really good with it.
Well, thanks, darling. I'm not much of a big believer in stuff like that, you know. But sometimes the tarot deck freaks me out. Smells like cat shit in here. I guess I better clean out the litter box. Oh, trouble. Oh, what have you been eating? Capillo makes safe and sane poops, but Trouble just makes these horrible, disgusting. Ashton lied in court? Did he really perjure himself for that fucking guy? That's horrible. I think of perjury as one of the worst crimes. Perjury is explicitly giving false testimony against thy neighbor. It's explicitly a sin. Unlike lying, perjury is definitely always wrong. You're lying under oath. So fuck him for being a perjurer. Perjurers need to burn in hell. I have a song about a perjurer. Under Sheriff Barrett, he's a perjurer. He's a perjurer. Yeah, he perjured himself. Tracy Beverly colluded with him. I guess she must. Under Sheriff Barrett is a perjurer. He's a perjurer. Yeah, he perjured himself. I don't know where that song is, but it's about Tracy Beverly and Under Sheriff Barrett from Pratt, Kansas, who Tracy Beverly's probably suborned perjury, but I'm not sure about that. But fucking Under Sheriff Barrett definitely perjured himself in that affidavit, that fuck. He lied to the cops and in court about finding a dead body? Really? What dead body? He walked in and found her dead. He was late picking her up for a date. I think he felt responsible, even though it had nothing to do with the murder, but because he wasn't there on time. Oh, that's horrible. I didn't know that. Strauss surname origin, German, nickname for an awkward or belligerent person from Middle High German. Stress, quarrel, complaint. That's fantastic. Oh, Russell Brand is also guilty of that. He's not just a stupid idiot. I mean, if there's multiple women coming forward, then it's probably true. You know, if it's just one, I have my doubts. But if it's multiple, then it's probably true. Yeah, I wouldn't want those two to defend me either. So, Russell Brand, huh? I did not know that. Oh, I know. He has no substance. He's an idiot. I've said he's an idiot for many years. Russell Brand has been accused of rape, sexual assault, and physical and emotional abuse by 5 women, 4 of whom remained anonymous. Huh. Good morning, Lou. I'll have to do a tarot pull for you when I get back inside. My penis got a really good pull today. So I think, fingers crossed. That's what I'm thinking. You know. What else does one do with a hot young wife? One, that's what one does. Inappropriate combination of topics here. Morrissey on Russell Brand. He can't turn it off. He doesn't know who turned it on. Fantastic. Morrissey, now I know how Joan of Arc felt. Finally. After all these years, I know how Joan of Arc felt. I was looking for a job and then I found a job. And heaven knows I'm miserable now in my life. Why do I give valuable time to people who don't care if I live or I die? I don't know, Morrissey. Why do you? Is it because you spend a lot of time with Russell Brand? Depends on the state in the U.S. Some states are 16 for that. In the United States as well. Mostly in the South, I think. Japan's also 16. Uh-oh. Rachel. I'll unhide you here, Lamb. Let me go inside. Rachel accidentally hit someone again. Well, you know, her fingers are not the least clumsy fingers in the world. And or her butt, you know. I don't know how she managed to hide here, Lamb, but she did. So, I just have to unhide them if I can. Let's see. I'm gonna have to go to the meow and unhide him. Oh, Rachel unhid him. Oh, Winston's mom unhid him. Good. Somebody knew how to unhide him. Good job. Good job, Winston's mom. So anyway, I believe Lou was about to get a tarot reading. Let's do that real quick for Lou. Make sure she knows what the tarot has to say about her today. Uno. Bottom. Dos. You need to announce yourself definitively, Tarot, about Lou. Give me a clear sign. Which card is the right one? It's being a little tight-lipped about you this morning, Lou, for some reason. There we go. This one? Okay. Oh, that's a twofer. So put that back. Never trust a twofer. Is it right? Fine. Top. All right, let's see what the tarot has to say to Lou today. Let's find out. Bottom level frame. Marriage. Well, Lou, it looks like you're getting married. You better hurry up and find a significant other because you're getting married today. Top level frame. Miser. You gotta hold on to what's yours, lady. Directionality. Moving towards established financier, patient, King of Pentacles. Self-concept. Page of Swords. Conversation, mental, gossip, media, story. And the outcome, Knight of Swords. Restless, hustle, clever, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There you go. It's a tarot read for you today. Congratulations on your upcoming marriage. Brand used to be a hardcore drug addict. Apparently, he was known in the UK for many years for being a drunkard, crazy guy. Is that when all these rape incidents came from? It doesn't seem like the sort of thing that being a drunk makes you do. I was a drunk for many years. Never made me rape anybody. Or sexually assault anybody, or sexually harass anybody even. Well, I mean, I had my share of sketchy experiences as a drunk too. Riding a motorcycle. I'm lucky to be alive. But I am alive, and that's better than being dead. By a substantial margin. Okay. Hashtag not all. Ironically, he's rapey when he's sober. Huh. Well, I was a much more belligerent employee once I stopped drinking. So I do recognize that people can change personality somewhat, or affect anyway, I should say, when they quit drinking. But I couldn't help it. I started raping because I quit drinking. That's just not gonna fly. on Hero Lamb's side than the Rabbi of the Kabbalah's side on that one. I guess I'll look into the Russell Brand stuff a little bit. I didn't know what to think about the Danny Masterson stuff at first, but then someone came forward with a story of that sort of thing almost going down one time at Danny Masterson's house while he was married to Bijou Phillips, who like kicked the ladies out and started yelling and stuff. I know what's going on, yeah. When I heard that story, I was like, okay, I'm convinced. I'm completely convinced. Oh, I'm sensitive to it as well. Very sensitive to it. Makes me very angry. I generally don't read things about that or look into it too much because it hurts my heart. Different people handle their alcohol differently. That's the one thing you know about alcohol for sure, is that some people can drink and it's fine. My mom drank just fine. My dad drank fine too. Drinking never caused him any problems really. He drank quite a bit. I couldn't handle it, but some people can. So hopefully somebody, if Russell Brand is guilty of those things, hopefully somebody prosecutes him for them. Hero says, when I was drinking, it just made me depressed and angry. It's a waste of time for me, so I don't drink, it brings my energy down instead of the opposite. Right, well, alcohol's a hell of a drug. One never wants an ESFJ to scold you at all. Meow, 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 says Jordan Peterson. Is that your cat's name? Jordan Peterson? That's a good name for a cat. I like that idea. My cat's names are Jordan Peterson and Carl Rove. I like how the fish in Only Murders in the Building is named President McKinley. That's a good name for a fish. I was actually paraphrasing Rick James, who said cocaine is a hell of a drug. I think it's a good idea to name a cat Jordan Peterson. Jordan B. Peterson. If I were to ever get fish again, I like the idea of naming each of the fish after a president. Madison, Taft, Polk, Grant. You know, more like 19th and 18th century presidents. Maybe throw a Hoover in there. No, I did not hear the song you put out. Garfield, there you go. That's a good ex-president to be a cat's name. The biggest fish could be like Lincoln. To paraphrase a J.P. lesson in a Jack Kent book, there's no such thing as a Jordan Peterson cat. Okay. I'm sure it's horrible. I don't want to listen to it. I could make a song about how I don't want to listen to the Jordan Peterson song. No, I don't want to listen to the Jordan Peterson song. Like Jordan Peterson himself, I'm sure it's wrong. I'm sure it's bad as well. Just because you made it hell, that doesn't mean you can make a song that's good. There. I call that song, I don't want to listen to the Jordan Peterson song. I bet my I don't want to listen to the Jordan Peterson song is better than Jordan Peterson's song. And it wasn't very good, so. You know. It's a low bar for Jordan Peterson to meet. Lying bad, standing up straight good. I know. He's like the Animal Farm of ESTJ wisdom, delivered by an ENTJ probably. Okay. I have to do something right now. It rhymes with B. Can you guess what it is? I have to see? No. I have to flee? No. I have to ski? No. Nope, sorry, money. Good guess. Good guess. Cat down the road got it. I have to pee. I have to pee. So. Good guess, cat down the road. You win. You get 1 wonder point for guessing correctly. Cat down the road just earned a wonder point. It's not Wednesday, so wonder point values are not doubled. But still, you got a wonder point. It might even be your first wonder point, cat down the road. In which case, all I'd say to that is me wow. Hi, Trouble. What's going on, Mr. Man? Oh, yes. Daddy knows. Yes. Because your heart belongs to Daddy. I like Eartha Kitt's music. She's pretty good. You know, she ran afoul of Lady Bird Johnson. And that negatively impacted her career. Lyndon B. Johnson's wife, I'm talking about. Oh, Mr. Man. Big purrs and sweetness. You're like the juiciest peach on the tree. urine has streamed forth from my penis as expected. Yeah, that's right. And just down to the last drips now. Just making sure that when I pull up my bun huggers, the tip of my urine tube is urine free. This is my urine tube. It's where I go pee. Some people call it their urine rube if it's faking me. But this is my urine tube. It's what I used to go pee. And today now I'm done, so I sing my love song and I'm going to pull up my bun huggers. Okay. Time to pull up first my bun huggers, then my modesty pants. I'm gonna button my modesty pants. I'm gonna flush the toilet. I'm gonna tighten my modesty belt. And now I'm safe to view again. It's safe to view me. Don't worry, everybody. I took all the necessary precautions. Ruben R. is here. Ruben R. You're here at last. Thank God. Thank God Almighty, you're here at last. Yeah, I don't like Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau, more like Justin Falstow. What do you think about that? More like Justin Falstow is so true. False bread, okay. More like unjust false bread. It should be unjust false bread instead of Justin Trudeau. If his parents had named him accurately. Unjust out false bread. Yeah, exactly. That should be his full name. Unjust out false bread. It's exactly the opposite of his name. You get a wonder point for false bread. I really like that last name for him. So congratulations. You got a wonder point. That makes you special, S-P-E-C-I-A-L, special, S-P-E-C-I-A-L, special, special, is special for you. I bet that song is better than Jordan Peterson's song. And that song was pretty terrible. I bet horrible song about lemons is better than the Jordan Peterson song. What you gonna do on a Sunday evening? Make some terrible songs about lemons. Oh no. I don't have a lighter on here? Well, there's one. Don't worry, my friends. I'll give you cutlets. Yeah, I'm gonna give you more cutlets right now. There's already a woodland friend eating leftover cutlets from yesterday. I need to get a jacket though. It's a little cold outside. Okay. Mission accomplished. I got this sweatshirt. It's not a jacket, but close enough. No, the woodland friends are saying, give me some more cutlets, Eric. I'm saying, okay. What you gonna do on a Sunday evening? Make some terrible songs about lemons. What you gonna do on a Sunday evening? Stand by the lemon tree. There you go, Squirrels. Oh yeah. More cutlets for you. So many cutlets. There you go, cutlet lovers. The ones my friends around here are some real cutlet lovers. Drink a lot, party a lot. Love going to restaurants, cafes, etc. I can't read things without my glasses. It's too hard. Takes me longer than fully matured anaconda to read something. Well, the squirrel's back and feasting. I don't know if you can see or not. Let's bring him more into focus. There he is. I'll put him to the left of the camera. So anybody who comes to the right of him, you'll be able to see too, hopefully. Oh, you can't quite see the bird. There's a bird over here. I still can't see it. Where is it? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Right there it is. There it is. There's the bird. There's another squirrel coming down too. Getting a lot of woodland friend action today. We got 4 blue jays on the wall. Up 2 of them flew away. We got 4 blue jays on the wall. Now 1 blue jay on the wall. We had 4. They want me to go back a little bit. Want me to stand back here and be quiet? The squirrels are a little less skittish than the birds. The thing is, they're so irresponsible. They knock cutlets onto the ground all the time. Every time they fly down and fly away, they knock some cutlets away. So if they were more responsible, the cutlets on the wall would last longer. But since they're so irresponsible, it's probably good for the little birds. Because it seems like the blue jays don't let the little birds get any of the wall cutlets. But I see the little birds get the cutlets on the ground. So they still get some cutlets. All right. I'm going to continue to sit out here for a while, so I'm going to go get my glasses. I should clip out and upload as a short. My song, I Don't Want to Listen to Jordan Peterson's song. Why are they called cutlets? Because one time in the store, Rachel and I were thinking of what we needed to get. And Rachel remembered we needed to get lunch meat. But instead of calling it lunch meat, she said, I think we need to get more cutlets. And I thought it was funny. So then I started calling lots of things cutlets. But the one thing that stuck was I started calling the sunflower seeds woodland cutlets. So, you know. Yeah, I said, cutlets? You mean lunch meat? Deli meat? Whatever you want to call it? Yeah, I remember Eric Thor. He comes around every once in a while. He's Swedish. He's not Danish. If you were Danish, you'd carry a windmill around. And wear wooden shoes. That's what the Danes do. Do What the Danes Do is my new series on Danes. So, you know, I wanted to look up to see if cutlets was a regional thing or something. I never actually looked it up. Rachel says it's not a regional thing, that she just misspoke or said the wrong word or whatever. But I liked it. I like the word cutlets. She periodically calls things the wrong thing. I usually find it funny. I can't think of another example off the top of my head, but maybe Rachel can. I don't know. And in fact, like, I remember the day I learned when who's the most famous person I've spoken with in person? Probably Mikey Mike. I interviewed him one time. But maybe it's Michelle shocked. I never actually talked to her in person though. I just talked to her by email. She was lovely, I must say. She was absolutely lovely. I've also talked to Michael Reel, who's famous for being part of like an internet paranormal thing. There. What do you think? It helps me have more pouty lips. Instead of Botox, this is how I increase my lip poutiness. I'm that lady who married Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie. This is my Angelina Jolie imitation. I'm Angelina Jolie. Me. I like to adopt black children. I see the squirrel. Look at me. My fatty lips. This is my Angelina Jolie impression. My lips are so pouty. Anyway. I did not know that. All I know is that, both of them and Madonna can just suck it for adopting like a bunch of black children. It's like, stop it already, you horrible celebrities. Your lips are pouty enough. I tell you who I think is an ESFP. Is what's his name's wife? Jennifer Lopez. And I think her husband is an ENFJ. And what is his name? His name is Ben Affleck. Affleck. He's a drunk. She's a horrible ESFP. She's the AOC of celebrities. She's the AOC of celebrities, is Jennifer Lopez. She's definitely... I don't like Jennifer Lopez. She's a diva. She thinks she's got to have all the green M&Ms taken out of the thing or whatever, She's one of those types. To get her to make an appearance, you have to do all this stupid shit or whatever. Really? Yes, really. I find myself just wondering about Bijou Phillips a lot. Like, is she glad Danny Masterson is in jail? It's okay for Clint Eastwood to do that? Alright, good to know. Clint Eastwood has a get out of jail free card. He's kind of, I think, lost it a bit as a super old man. He's very old. He's older than Steve Martin and Martin Short. Neither of whom have lost a step at all. They are at the top of their game right now. It's crazy. They're 70-something years old. They're the absolute top of their game. Doing the best work of their career right now. It's crazy. There's 3 squirrels on the wall, and the 4th one making a call. Yes, come on down, squirrel, have a feast of cutlets. Well, the Blue Jays have all gone away for some reason. I guess they all got full. We're sick of cutlets, Eric. We want something new, something different. Alright, well, I was thinking about buying some budget birdseed from the seed store. I saw they had a sale on it. Get a shit ton for whatever amount of money. And probably save us a lot of money on cutlets. Let's look this way. What do we see? I see a plant and you see a tree. Those trees over there fell down in a big wind event, I think. What about here? How about there? What happens if we look over where? How about here? That's better there. A lot of trees in the background. See? Or we could point this direction. A lot of trees in the background. We don't want the trash cans in the background, though. There. Foresty, huh? Looks pretty foresty. They call the wind Mariah? I thought they called it Mary. I usually call it the wind, but I'm unimaginative like that. Getting some yellow leaves on the old oak tree here. A lot of acorns too. Probably can't see them, but a lot of green acorns growing on it. It's getting ready to drop acorns. I already dropped acorns this morning earlier on the toilet. It was a good, robust acorn drop too, so that was good. Somebody's sounds like they've begun working on something. I hear this meow kind of sound, suggestive of a saw. Suggestive of some kind of powered saw, either electrically or via gas. You might be able to hear it faintly in the background with your little ears. Trust your little ears, because what you're hearing right now is 100% true. If you love truth, justice, and the American way, you've tuned in to the right YouTube channel, Talking with Famous People. Every moment is a sensual immersion in a bath of justice. Every word tickles your eardrum like a feather tickling an eardrum. This is ASMR TWFU right now we're having. Listen. Listen to me whisper. Whisper. Now hear. Hear what I say. Words. Is your scalp all a tingle from the ASMR? What are these noises? They're the sound of Eric speaking words. Oh my God, that is so insightful and so true. I wish I were as insightful and true as Eric. Nobody is. Nobody ever will be. There's a dead tree over there. It's not very tall though, not very big or whatever, but if I were on alone, I could use that dead tree right there. It'd be a perfect main pole for a certain kind of shelter that they make a lot. I forget what it's called. But I've seen them take down a dead tree just like that size, not that big around. I don't know what that sound was. Somebody sounds like somebody getting a very noisy old car to go or something. But it could be the cone putters in theory. The cone putters are so active around here, putting cones and stuff. Sounds like it's moving a little bit that way, but I could be wrong about that. That bird sure is loud. That's a blue jay. Chirp, 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 chirp. Sounds like it's moving away, huh? Chirp, 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 chirp. Say it again. Say chirp, 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 chirp. You're coming closer, huh? Now you're up in the oak tree. Chirp, 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 chirp. Chirp, 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 chirp. What do you want from me, Mr. Blue Jay? Chirp, 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 chirp. Let me see if you guys can see Mr. Blue Jay too. Where are you, Mr. Blue Jay? Chirp, 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 chirp. Where did you go? I guess he flew away when I was moving the camera. Oh well. You just have to live without seeing that blue jay. I know it's horrible for you, but that's the best I can do. It's a nice morning. I feel pretty calm, pretty chillaxed. There's some big pine cones on that tree across the street. It's a pretty tall tree. Trees are like bees that are made out of wood. They're always busy making honey. Hold on a second, you might say. Wow, there's like 4 or 5 squirrels there. There's 4 right there. There's one on the ground running away right now. Also one on the tree. We got some real squirrel action going on. Why did the things all run away? Because of the blue jay? Well, they're really giving that blue jay too much power, it seems like to me. I know they're fighting and stuff. They're really having a time of it out here. If you want to see some squirrels, you could look on my wall. It has a lot of squirrels. I can feed them all. So, in response to everyone's question, can we please stop looking at squirrels? The answer is yes. Boy, oh boy, what a morning it's been. It's been a busy morning. I've been live streaming for 2 hours and 52 minutes. We're coming up on 3 hours. There's 3 hours without any amphetamines. Just naturally occurring Eric. Alright, don't give away your power, squirrels. We don't have that much water near us. Thanks, cat down in the road. Well, Rachel and I spend a lot of time experiencing the cone putters. Originally, they were flag putters. First, they come and put flags before they come and put cones. Now they're cone putters and sign holders. Their signs, they always have the same two options: slow and stop. Democrats want abortions after birth. It's funny. It's kind of true. No, that's not true at all. Democrats don't want abortions after birth. It's ridiculous. You can't have an after-birth abortion. That's using words wrong. An abortion after a child is born would just be murder, murdering a baby. That's all. So that doesn't make any sense. I've never met anybody who is in favor of abortions after a baby is born. What a silly notion. To call such a thing an abortion. Ridiculous. Well, it's the thing that's annoying is when people repeat things that have already been negated thoroughly without even blinking twice. Like that shit-eating hater who came in last night pushing same stupid narratives that he was pushing a year ago, oblivious to having been corrected. Well, I mean, both sides' partisan bullshit is partisan bullshit, you know? It's not like it's any better for the left to totalize and demonize the right than it is for the right to totalize and demonize the left. And it's not appropriate for either side to be using stupid wedge issues like abortion to decide things. In other words, they fail to be Eric. And that's their problem. Moonfae, Winston's mom, everybody, listen. The problem with politics is that other people aren't Eric. It's as simple as that. Cat down the road is 100% in favor of post-birth abortions. Well, you disproved me, or you made me have to correct myself. I now have met one person who's in favor of that. So I'll have to retract my previous claim. It's just life in the big city, right? It's what sane people do when they're disproven. Insane people cling to their wrongness like a rock as it drags them to the bottom of the ocean. Nobody was ever kept afloat well or successfully by wrongness. They only believe themselves kept afloat. They're really being dragged to the bottom of the ocean. Hi, kitty. I'm going to eat an almond roca. We bought this package of almond roca. It's very deceptive. It looks like, oh, there's going to be a lot of almond rocas in there. Okay, we'll watch you eat, for fuck's sake. How many times a day do you need to eat? There's only like 6 almond rocas in here. It's ridiculous. Hi. Okay, all right. Okay, here. We will watch you eat. Yes, the stream will watch you eat, and I will watch you eat. Let me just grab my coffee. So anyway, don't believe almond roca packaging. Well, you heard him. He insisted. Cat down the road. There's no denying those meows. Those meows are pretty insistent. You know you're going to get in trouble if you don't listen to those meows. Oh, yes. What a good kitty you are. What a good eater. I'm proud of you. And impressed. He gave me a little look to inform me that saying I'm proud of him was condescending. That's why I switched to I'm impressed. Oh, yes. He's like, you're not responsible for my eating accomplishments. Why would you be proud of me? There's nothing there, Trouble. Let me pet you some more. I'm keeping an eye out for any predators. Don't worry. If Sasquatch comes in, I will shoo him away so that you can eat in peace. Oh, yes. What an important man. I believe the kitties are our future. Watch them eat and let them show the way. Why do you eat so much, though, Trouble? Are you really that hungry? You already ate a full breakfast this morning and left a huge shit for me in the litter box. Now you're eating again? Yes, you're a wonderful man. Sometimes I think you just eat because you want my attention. I wonder if maybe you have an eating disorder. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's yourself. You're eating. Give him some fresh salmon and a Bud Light. He'd probably eat and drink it. He'll eat a lot of different things. That's why his poop's so gross. I don't know if he'd drink Bud Light. And he probably has better tasting beer than that. Huh, Trouble? I was like, fuck no, I'm not drinking Bud Light. I'm gonna have some of your coffee, maybe. Hello. Oh, yes. Like I'm farting in the wind. Yes. Yes, that's you. Oh, yes. What a good kitty. Alright, go get your after meal drink of water. Go ahead. He likes to get a drink of water after he eats. As you can see, he's now drinking water with his kitty tongue. She used her mouth for more than just statements. As, I believe it's Iggy Azalea. Is that her name? She's a rap lady from Australia, I believe. She also uses her mouth for questions. She doesn't just use it for statements. She uses it for questions, commands, and statements. Like most people. She's a normal person. She doesn't just make statements, you know. Oh no, the TV has gone to sleep. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, 5, and 6. What about Pepsi? Cat might drink Pepsi. The cat is part of a new generation, after all. Coke's for old people. That's the message. Was that about sex? I thought she was making a point about how this girl doesn't just make statements, she also asks questions and issues commands. She's good. She makes some good tracks. I mean, look, you gotta evaluate each individual track on its merits. And she makes some good tracks. Make you bounce, you know? I think your mind might be in the gutter here, Lamb. She's just giving us all a basic linguistics or grammar kind of lesson about different kinds of sentences that people can make. Temps drop, it says. Let's look at the forecast. Harvard expert shares 5 things highly narcissistic people do. All right, let's read this one. Let's read this one. This looks interesting. One, they don't ask you questions. I ask you questions. 2, they're oblivious to their excessive chattiness. I'm not oblivious. 3, they always bring it back to their own interests. Well, I talk about a lot of things that are not related to my own interests. They constantly talk down to you. Well, I could be accused of that. They repeatedly one-up you. I don't think I do that at all. Those are the things. I think it's kind of a bad list. Never admit you're wrong should be on there, you know? I'm a virgin. My mind is a virgin too. I'm a virgin. 'Cause my hymen is still intact. All right, now let's look at the forecast. Now that we got distracted by that. We have a high today of 77. Tomorrow, 77. But then Thursday, a high of 71. But then Friday, 74. Saturday, 77. Sunday, 79. Monday, 79. Tuesday, 72. Wednesday, 73. It doesn't really seem like temps drop is an appropriate title for that weather forecast. Oh, I'm sure Iggy Azalea is not her real name. A lot of artists have artist names. Like Johnny's real name is not Johnny. His name's not even John. It's something else, you know. The 15 psychological tricks that make you more persuasive. But are they manipulative? Let's find out. Let's read this article. Number 1, listening to someone to get more information. Number 2, compliment people behind their back. Number 3, silence. It's disturbing to many and can be used in many scenarios. Number 4, giving children a job to do. Number 5, leaving to filling a water bottle while someone talking in the office. It literally says, leaving to filling a water bottle while someone talking in the office. Staying quiet during arguments. At flight. What does at flight mean? This is so poorly written. It must have been written in Chinese originally. Now, story by Palak Tanija, whoever that is. Being nice to people. Giving choices to people. And ask them to explain. When someone is saying something inappropriate or offensive, I like to pretend I don't get it and ask them to explain. Nodding yes while asking a question. Nodding yes while asking a question when I want someone to say yes works very well in the restaurant industry. Huh. Triggering the memory. Lower your voice. Setting a 3 minutes alarm. Look at all these horrible stock pictures for each of these things. Masking. Masking is very helpful to hide that you are actually not doing well or that you have difficulties with things. As someone with ADHD and depression, I wouldn't want to miss it. What? Never seen people that they did something with bad intentions. That's it. That's horrible. That was a horrible, horrible thing. Well, no, I mean, in that song, she herself is saying, you can look at my body, but you can't have me at all. But she talks about some other lady in the song and says she uses her mouth for more than just statements. Madonna was always horrible. Let's just admit that right now. I mean, sort of with you here, Lamb. I tend to find overly sexualized lyrics not good, but I find them less bad when women do it, I think. I don't know. I just read that thing from the internet. Jeremiah fix. Jeremiah fix. I don't know the answer to your question, Jeremiah fix. So, it being a Tuesday, guess what comes out today on Crunchyroll? Absolutely nothing. Nothing good. Nothing I want to watch at all. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses comes out today. The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses? I can't watch that. Can I watch that? I don't think so. I haven't started it, I haven't tried it, but it seems like just slice of life, high school love story boringness. Try not to use the word asshole. Your friend is a derriere orifice. That's the most proper way to say it, okay? Your friend is a derriere orifice. See what else is on this highlights of the internet thing that I look at. Well, nothing else too good here. World's most powerful free electron laser upgraded to fire 1,000,000 X-rays per second. That sounds interesting. U.S. DOE particle will be a strobe light in atomic disco. The world's most powerful publicly known X-ray laser at the U.S. Department of Energy's SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory fired its first pulses with an upgrade that could see it scan our world in strange new ways. After a decade of effort, the lab's Lionic Coherent Light Source Atomic X-ray Free Electron Laser has been upgraded and can deliver up to 1,000,000 pulses per second, each up to 10,000 times brighter than those emitted by previous instruments, making it 8,000 times more powerful than its predecessor, or so Uncle Sam says. The wavelength of these X-rays is about the size of an atom, so the X-ray laser can track the internal structure of a molecule. And because the X-rays arrive in an ultra-fast burst, femtosecond, a millionth of a billionth of a second, we can freeze frame the motion, similar to a strobe light in a disco. Mike Dunn and Greg Hayes say, the LCLS director and LCLS2 project director, explained to the Register. The new LCLS2 generates a pulse of ultraviolet light that collides with a photocathode to release a cascade of electrons. These electrons are accelerated close to the speed of light by traveling through a series of 37 cryogenic modules containing superconducting magnets cooled down to minus 456 degrees Fahrenheit. The beam is directed onto whatever sample scientists wish to probe. So here's where someone's butthole. The X-rays penetrate the molecule and are diffracted to create a pattern that reveals details of their structure. Having a more powerful X-ray allows scientists to capture detailed snapshots more quickly, giving them the ability to see how materials or chemical processes unfold in real time. Wonderful. The light from SLAC's LCLS2 will illuminate the smallest and fastest phenomenon in the universe and lead to big discoveries. in disciplines ranging from human health to quantum material science, said U.S. Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm. The improved X-ray laser has been fitted with two cryoplants kit that produces liquefied helium gas and pumps it around the particle accelerator. It also boasts a pair of undulators to produce X-rays from the electrons, plus more sensitive detectors and sensors with a processing power to handle the instrument and the data it generates swiftly. LCLS2 produces X-rays at hard and soft wavelengths, high or low energy respectively, that can probe objects at different levels, ranging from pharmaceutical molecules to quantum materials. Scientists will employ the laser to examine processes like photosynthesis. What is this, a grade school science project? Or interactions between atoms and condensed matter. Soft X-rays are useful for looking at where the electrons are in a molecule, and so tell us about how energy and charge are moving about. For example, if we want to optimize how to harness energy from the sun, hard X-rays tell you about where the atoms are, the structure of the material, and so are useful for looking at how the world around us is constructed. A good example is the structure of a protein and the pharmaceuticals used to treat disease. Dunn and Hayes said. Scientists will begin conducting experiments using the instrument in the next few weeks, and other people can submit proposals for time using the laser. There are only a handful of free electron X-ray laser facilities around the world in the US, Europe, and Asia, so get a proposal in fast. I really look forward to the impact of the LCLS2 laser and the user community on national science priorities, ranging from fundamental science research in chemistry, materials, biology, and more, application of the science advances for clean energy, and ensuring national security through initiatives like quantum information science. DOE Office of Science Director Asmerit Asafah Burhi added. Asmerit Asafah Burhi? Who is this person? Well, they're the DOE Office of Science Director. Asmerit Asafah Burhi. Let's search the web for Asmerit Asafah Burhi is a soil biogeochemist and political ecologist who is current director of the Office of Science at the U.S. Department of Energy. Well, good for you, Asmerit Asafah Burhi. Donkey Pit is a better. It's once again money you demand, you require a wonder point because you've out synonymed me. Donkey Pit is the preferable synonym for asshole. So you have to get a wonder point for that. And I have to retract my suggestion for a synonym because it was not the good one. Photon torpedo. Do you think that that's the beginning of Star Trek? This is the beginning of Star Trek. She's kind of degenerate, sure, but young people have always been degenerate compared to their elders, such as like teenagers like to hump each other, and they do. We just have to live with that. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up now. I might go back and lie down for a little while. I might go lie down with Rachel, see if she's still awake. She's asleep. I'll just let her sleep. And then later today, I'll finish constructing my telescope. We gotta watch Only Murders in the Building. I'll need to eat something at some point. If I'm feeling chory, maybe I'll sweep up a bit. Well, I got a lot of boxes and stuff I need to put in the trash. But anyway, thanks a lot for being here. Maybe I'll be back later. We'll find out. Love you all. Have a great day.